Good morning, everyone. The Office of the Seniors Advocate, Newfoundland and Labrador, has long wanted to produce a report detailing how seniors in the province are doing, and today I am pleased to present our first such report titled Seniors Report 2024, Monitoring Key Indicators of Seniors' Wellbeing in Newfoundland and Labrador. The primary purpose of this report is to inform on how seniors in the province are doing on a number of key indicators, and then monitor trends in these indicators over time. This will enable us to identify gaps in services and advocate for change. We have also provided the tables and charts of the data in an accompanying report to ensure transparency and to allow for others to use this information for their research and analysis. We have researched, compiled, and analyzed provincial and national data on several key indicators of seniors' well-being under 6 broad areas: well-being, healthcare, finances, transportation, safety and protection, housing. I will highlight some of these key findings, but first, it is important that we understand the seniors' demographics in this province. The population of adults 65 plus in Newfoundland and Labrador has grown by 20.3% over the past 5 years and now comprises 24.4% of the provincial population. By 2033, seniors will comprise 29% of the total population of this province. By 2033, basically 8 short years, given how close we are to 2025, the population of seniors 80 plus is anticipated to increase by 70% and comprise 8% of the population of the province. This changing composition is important as it has implications for the types and volume of programs and services that will be necessary to meet their needs. While the largest number of seniors, 57%, live in the Eastern Health Region, the proportion of population where seniors are the highest is in Central, Western, and rural Eastern regions, at almost 30% of their population currently, and projected to rise to 36% in 2023. This too is critical to monitor to inform municipal and provincial infrastructure and resource decisions. I'll present on the key findings about the Newfoundland and Labrador seniors under each of the 6 areas that are outlined in the report. The first being well-being. Using the Statistics Canada Canadian Community Health Survey, we found that seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador perceive their physical and mental health to be on par or better than the national average. However, seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador scored below the national average when it comes to preventative health measures such as diet, exercise, and many immunizations. For example, the percentage of seniors who consume the recommended amount of fruit and vegetables is 12 percentage points lower than the national average. The second area is healthcare. Healthcare plays a significant role in our ability to age well. Access to quality healthcare along the continuum of home care to residential care is critical to maintaining our well-being and our connection to our communities. Newfoundland and Labrador Health Services data showed that approximately 19,395 seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador were on a wait list for a regular healthcare provider at some point in time between 2021 and 2023. As of March 2024, approximately 61% were still waiting. This is concerning, as research has found that seniors are less likely than younger individuals to use walk-in clinics, for all the reasons you can imagine that it takes to stand in line outdoors often. Further, we have heard from seniors that virtual options are helpful under certain circumstances, for example, regular prescription renewals, but they do not replace the holistic care of a consistent healthcare provider that knows you and can physically examine you when necessary. The percentage of hip and knee replacement and cataract surgeries, all procedures that often are predominantly seniors, that are meeting the national benchmarks are well below the national average and significantly below pre-pandemic rates. There are 43 long-term care facilities in this province with 3,296 beds. In 22-23, there was a monthly average of 362 people waiting for placement in long-term care. Of these, 55 were in personal care homes and 155 were in acute care beds known as ALC or alternate level of care beds. I believe this is clearly indicative of the impact of limited community resources to support seniors and their families to remain in their homes. This is an area that requires further analysis. In long-term care, frequently the use of restraints is an indicator of poor care because the repeated use can lower seniors' ability to perform activities of daily living, cognitive ability, bed sores, incontinence, and many other negative conditions. The Canadian average for restraints in long-term care is 5%. In Newfoundland and Labrador, the restraint use in 22-23 was 12%. Further, the difference in restraint use by region is concerning and requires further investigation. It ranges from 20% in Western to 7% in Eastern. Another area that points to quality of the care provided in long-term care facilities is the potentially inappropriate use of antipsychotic drugs. The Canadian Institute for Health Information, or CIHI, reports on seniors receiving an antipsychotic drug when the senior does not have a diagnosis to support that drug use. This is an indicator that the drug is being used as a chemical restraint, or may be an indicator. 29% of seniors in long-term care in Newfoundland and Labrador experience potentially inappropriate use of antipsychotics as compared to 25% nationally. This percentage in Newfoundland and Labrador has continued to increase since 2019-20. Further, the percentage usage in Labrador-Grenfell is 48%, well beyond that of any other region or the provincial rate. Again, an area that requires further investigation. And while there's some data in the report related to aging in place, this is certainly an area that we as an office really would like to explore further. The third area in the report is finances. At 27,800, seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador have the lowest median income in the country, 17% lower than the Canadian average. To put that in perspective, more than half of the seniors in this province have an income that is less than a full-time salary on minimum wage, which is approximately $32,000. Incomes of seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador are highly dependent on transfer payments, including OAS, GIS, CPP, and also the Newfoundland Seniors Benefit and the Annual Income Supplement. Together, it accounts for 51% of the total income of seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador. 44% of seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador receive the Guaranteed Income Supplement, as this is a supplement to the OAS for seniors living in low income. So for a single individual, it would be an individual with an income less than $22,000. The percentage of seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador receiving this is concerning, as this certainly can be considered an indicator of poverty. Further, the regional differences are important to note, with the highest recipients receiving the GIS living in Central, Eastern Rural, and Western. Fourth area in the report is housing. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, describes the household as in core housing need if its housing is below one or more of the adequacy, suitability, and affordability standards, and it would have to spend 30% of pre-tax income to access local housing that meets its needs and these standards. In other words, can you afford suitable and adequate housing in your community? The good news is that 95% of seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador live independently in owned or rented housing. However, 6.1% of Newfoundland and Labrador seniors have a core housing need, and this increases significantly when we consider the 22% of seniors that live alone. 31.6% of senior renters and 12.9% of senior homeowners who live alone are in core housing need. The low cutoff to qualify for the Newfoundland and Labrador Housing Corporation Home Repair Program, which is, the cutoff is $32,500, the low benefit, the lifetime assistance cap on the forgivable loan portion, and the 7-year wait period between eligibility being able to apply is probably a significant issue as it relates to people being in poor housing need, seniors. The number of seniors qualifying for rental assistance from Newfoundland and Labrador Housing has increased by 15% in the last 3 years, and the number of seniors on wait list for an NLHC unit has increased by 11% in the last 3 years. These increases are very likely a reflection of the increased cost of living. The fifth area is transportation. The cost of transportation in Newfoundland and Labrador has increased over 22% in the last 5 years. This is significant in a province where there is vast geography and limited community, regional, and provincial transportation options. The good news is 82% of seniors hold a valid driver's license. But the cost of operating a vehicle has increased. Gasoline is up 26% and insurance is up 15% since 2018. These findings should inform investments and improvements to benefits under the Medical Transportation Assistance Program. The sixth and final area in the report is safety and protection. In 2023, there were 476 reports under the Adult Protection Act, a 39.4% increase over the previous 4 years. Most reports were for self-neglect, followed by neglect and financial abuse. Given the research shows that often seniors are reluctant to report being the victims of a crime generally, and especially to law enforcement, the statistics related to crimes against seniors is very concerning. The number of violations involving a senior victim have increased from 332 in 2019 to 580 in 2023. This is a 72% increase. If you factor for the growing number of seniors in the population, crimes against seniors have increased from 3 violations per 1,000 seniors in 2019 to 4.4 violations per 1,000 seniors in 2023. This is almost a 50% increase. Taken together, all of these indicators paint a picture of seniors in this province. They are continuing to struggle in many of the social determinants of health. They are lagging their Canadian counterparts. They are not receiving the level of care and respect they deserve. This Seniors Report 2024 is a baseline report. It is our first report of this kind. It is our intention as an office that this report will be produced on an annual basis so that year over year we can determine if the well-being of seniors in Newfoundland and Labrador is improving or worsening. It will inform our systemic advocacy work. Thank you. I'll take any questions.